process. My job is very detailed, and sometimes when I come home, I'm very, very tired, much like he is. We both deal with parts of the world that are demanding on the brain. So I work with currently with domestic violence and child abuse. That's my primary job.
For I-CORE?
Well, our directorate now is the Directorate of Personal and Family Readiness.
At Fort Lewis?
At JBLM, yes, Joint Base Lewis McChord. And so we work on the prevention side, trying to prevent those things. So we are trying to take care of families as well, getting them ready so that they're mission ready. So if they are ready on the prevention side of knowing how to take care of their families and that their families will be taken care of when they leave, then they are also mission ready. So it's just it's a balance. Some days it's easy, some days it's not so easy. But you know, we make the best of it. We do it. It's a country that we love, and anything that you love, it's worth fighting for. So.
Yeah, it's worth putting that extra mile, that extra time as individuals and as families to do the greater work that we are called upon to do in wherever we find to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell me about your life and Army life and how it started and how long you've been in, and just an overview.
Yeah, my Army life started out of necessity. I had a beautiful girlfriend, and I wanted to find a way, like any good man, find a way to take care of her and any future children that we would have. And so, coming from a lower socioeconomic background, for me, the military has always been the top priority or the top option. So I went down to the recruiters office, signed up, and I told her, "Hey, we're going into the military, and would you marry me?" So soon after that, maybe about 3 or 4 months, I was working at Kmart. About 3 or 4 months after that, I went to basic training, and that's where it all started about 26 years ago. And so going into the military was especially good for me because I needed some discipline. I needed a regimented lifestyle. Just left to my own whims, I kept getting in a little trouble, kind of rambunctious type person. Came in the military, found some things that were kind of tough for me, so I started out very rough. But in the midst of that type of turmoil, I found a young man who was talking about some Islam stuff. He was a Muslim, and I was saying, what is Islam? What is a Muslim? And I was a learned person in Christianity, so I challenged him to a debate. And it was in that debate, he kind of sent me into a tailspin because he was saying some things that that I found to be coming up in my childhood. I thought they were untrue. Like I didn't know Muslims believe in Jesus. I didn't know how and what depth that the Muslims believe in Jesus. So he gave me all of these scriptures. I went back and I went to the Bible and the Quran, and I studied those things, and it sent me into a further hole because I was saying, man, why didn't I know these things? Why aren't these things being taught? So after about 2 years, I decided to fully convert in 1995 to become a Muslim down in Fort Polk, Louisiana. And at that time, I was still going through some things, and it was a chaplain, it was a Christian chaplain, who said, you know, hey, we got our first Muslim chaplain on active duty. You're a very intelligent person, you're well-spoken, you have some education, why don't you become a Muslim chaplain? And I got to be honest with you, it was like a light had went off in heaven with my name on it. And I came home and I told my wife, and I was so excited, like,
This is back in '95?
Yeah, I want to be a chaplain in Fort Polk, Louisiana. And she's looking at me like, okay, yeah, you could be a chaplain. And I said, but I'm going to have to get out the military and go to school. And she said, okay, you're not going to be a chaplain right now. No, but she was very supportive. But, I mean, I was so entrenched in this thing. I got out of the military, went to the School of Islamic Social Sciences, studied in Herndon and Leesburg, Virginia. Studied there for 3 years with 2 years in between going to Arabic, University of Jordan. And I came back as a chaplain, and I've been here for the last 18 years and been doing very well. And I've been doing well, in my opinion, because I lead with my heart, not with my religion. I think I have to meet human beings where they're at, because all of us are at varying stages of our lives, and so I strictly focus on taking care of people, not their religious needs, but their human needs, and by doing that, I've been very successful. So,
how's the journey have been for you?
It's a tough one. I think initially I was overwhelmed with Islam. And it was me being a new military wife, me learning about Islam, but it was probably more about me leaving the one thing that I knew, which was Christianity. It was the one thing that was constant in my family, and for the women in my family, it was the one thing that I was raised upon. And it was just a difficult time. And on top of that, we were in a total different country, and so it was just
in Germany or
in Germany.
In Germany?
that's right.
So it was just it was overwhelming at first. But you know, with time and a little studying and learning and adapting, it's become easy now. You know, it's an easy process now because I've found myself. Initially, you know, it's about trying to find yourself, and you've got a new job, and you've got this, and all of these different things, and so it's very hard to find it all at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's definitely an easier place right now because internally I found myself.
Beautiful.
So.
People say that you, both of you, are such a wonderful two peas in a pod, you know, and you know, you're so wonderful and so, you know, good friends to each other,
Yes.
and good mentors to each other.
Yes.
So
Yeah, we were friends prior to, before the relationship. I mean, we had a kind of symbiotic relationship where we were joking and clowning and kind of horseplaying, and it was
what we call flirting.
Yeah, we call it
Perfect.
flirting.
So,
Yeah,
you know.
I was flirting. She probably was really playing, but I had my eyes on the prize.
Okay, good.
I'm an ambitious person, right?
Good.
So, yeah, I mean, our whole relationship. I remember. Let me tell you a story. So we were down in South Carolina, and I was kind of the guest imam down there. And afterward, they had a question and answer service. And it's not uncommon for me when I see my wife, or you know, I can be not around her for the 10 minutes, and I'll go up to her and hug her and kiss her on the cheek. And we did this in the mosque. And it was a young guy that came over. He said, "Oh my God, I've never seen like any affection in the mosque." I said, "She's my wife." He said, "But we just don't do that here." And you know, for me, it's a commonplace. I mean, she's my wife. I love her. We like got this great relationship. So why should I like hide that in the mosque? I think you should be kind of a role model for the kids to let you know the marriage is cool. I mean, except when I had to wash the dishes. I mean, but
good. Just change the mindset.
That's what it is?
You're not washing dishes. You're playing in water.
Yeah.
yeah, wow.
My mother taught me that. So we had like, you know, 10, 11 folks at home.
Yes.
You know, our grandparents and my dad's family lived with us, and I will do always the dishes because I always wanted to play in water.
You did.
So
I don't like water.
good one.
And